Welcome back to another episode in our commentary series.
Oh, yeah.
Exploring the work of Ajmal from his website, theborderofthemind.com.
It's a great website.
It really is. I mean, he's got just this way of weaving together, thoughts and art and visuals to kind of like spark your curiosity.
Yeah, he's very talented in that way.
And this time around, we're going to be looking at a particular blog post of his called The Ripple of Calm, which he published just last month on December 1st.
Oh, very recent then.
Yeah, super recent.
Okay.
And you know what really struck me about this piece?
Yeah.
Was this image that he opens with, right? It kind of asks the reader to imagine walking into a room and like your presence just kind of like smooths out the whole atmosphere.
Interesting.
And it really got me thinking about, what if we could be that calming presence?
Right.
Like, what does that even look like?
Yeah, how do you become that? I mean, it's a great image he uses, right? And then he kind of uses that to jump into this whole idea of like inner work.
Okay.
And, he suggests that like this whole idea of inner peace isn't just this passive thing.
Yeah.
You actually have to like tend to it. You have to cultivate it.
Oh, so it's not just like, being zen on the outside, but actually like really doing the internal work.
Exactly. It's about like, softening your thoughts, like he says.
Yeah.
And releasing those attachments that keep us, clinging to stress and all that. And I really like how he emphasizes the idea of self-trust.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
It's like before you can even think about like, influencing the world around you, you got to trust your own inner compass.
Yeah, and when you say it like that, it kind of reminds me of like, when you're around someone who just kind of like radiates that calmness.
Yeah.
And it's almost like their self-assuredness makes you feel more grounded too.
Right.
But he doesn't stop there.
No, he doesn't. He brings in this concept of like impermanence.
Yes.
Which I found so fascinating.
He does. And I think that's where it gets really interesting because he's basically saying that understanding, the fleeting nature of things, both good and bad, can actually free us from this need to control everything.
Right. Like if we can just accept that everything is always changing.
Exactly.
Then it becomes easier to let go of those anxieties and just be present.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Which sounds great in theory, but like how do we actually do that?
Right.
Well, luckily he gives some practical advice, right?
He does. He talks about like leading with gentleness.
Okay.
Communicating with clarity and acting with compassion.
Yeah.
But what I appreciate is that he doesn't frame it as like an obligation.
Right.
It's more like do these things because they genuinely feel lighter.
Yeah.
More aligned with that inner peace. Yeah,
it's not about forcing ourselves to be good, but like choosing those actions that just feel right.
Yeah, from a place of inner peace.
From that inner peace, and then that leads into his point about, the contagious nature of energy.
Oh, right.
So it's like when we cultivate inner peace, it's not just about us. Like we actually become kind of a mirror, right? Reflecting this different way of being.
Like we don't have to go around trying to fix everyone's problems.
Right.
But just by like embodying that calmness.
Yeah.
We might give someone else permission to do the same.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. And he's careful to say, like, this isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything's perfect.
Right.
It's about facing those challenges with grace and resilience.
Yeah.
Knowing that, this too shall pass.
So it's not about being like an emotionless robot or something.
Right.
But like developing this inner strength that helps us navigate like all the ups and downs.
Yeah, all the craziness of life.
With that sense of calm.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes his closing message so powerful. He talks about softening the world one moment at a time, starting with ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder that we all have that potential to be that calming presence.
Right.
To like create those ripples of peace that extend outward.
It's really inspiring and it makes you want to go out and practice what he preaches.
Yeah.
For our listeners, I definitely recommend checking out theborderofthemind.com.
Yes.
To explore Ajmal's work further. I mean, he's got these beautiful reflections on life and philosophy, even illustrations like you won't be disappointed.
And be sure to join us for our next commentary series.
Yeah.
As we delve into another one of Ajmal's thought-provoking pieces.
Absolutely.
See you then.